Hello students, welcome back to the topic cell structure and functions. Yesterday we learned that the discovery of cell and the importance of cell, that is cell as the basic structural unit of living organism. We also learned yesterday that the development of high power magnification microscopes led to the detailed study of cell structure. We have also seen the similarities of brick wall and onion peel through diagrams. Today we are going to learn the variety in cell number, shape and size. Three parts are there: variety in cell number, shape and size. And out of this first part, the cell number, that we are going to learn today. Yesterday I explained that scientists use high power microscopes which magnify the cells many times than the original size. They use stains to color the parts of the cell. We know that what are the stains used in laboratory. This also you might have learned in lower classes. Which are they? Leishman's blue stain, methylene blue are the common stains or dyes used in laboratory which give color to the part of the cell so that they can get a detailed study of the cell structure. There are millions of living organisms on the earth, we can say. If you just have a look around us, we can see there are so many living organisms. These organisms are in different shapes and sizes. We know that there are very small organisms and very big animals also. If you take example, say ant. Ant is a very small organism. We know that it is a very small creature. Then also its body is made up of millions of cells. You may be wondering how it is possible. Such a small organism, its body is also made up of millions of cells. See, I have shown here some more organisms which we see around us. So many organisms. There are very small organisms also and big animals also. All these organisms, their body is made up of millions of cells. Now we are going to learn more detail about the number of cells. See the paragraph, this is the paragraph which is given in your textbook. Can you guess the number of cells in a tall tree or a huge animal like elephant? The number runs into billions and trillions. Human body has trillions of cells which vary in shape and sizes. Different groups of cells perform a variety of functions. So what we can understand from this, if you guess the number of cells in a tree or a huge animal like elephant, it is very large. And how large is this number? I'm going to explain now. See, it may reach up to billions or trillions. Now what is the relation between billion and trillion? You might have learned in maths. We know that 1 million equal to 10 lakhs. 1 million equal to 10 lakhs and 1 billion equal to 1000 million. 1 billion equal to 1000 million and 1 trillion equal to 1000 billion. So concluding all these, we can say that 1 trillion equal to 10 raised to 12. That is, after 1, if you put 12 zeros, such a large number, that is equal to 1 trillion. So from that, what we can say? If you take our human body, it has trillions of cells. See, a human body has trillions of cells. These cells are in different shapes and sizes. They are found in different shapes and sizes, but there are different groups of cells to perform a variety of functions. That is, in higher organisms, the same group of cells are not doing all the functions. There are different groups of cells to perform variety of functions. Now we are going to learn how can we classify the organisms on the basis of number. So we can say that on the basis of number of cells, the organisms can be classified into two groups, that is multicellular organisms and unicellular organisms. Now this is the paragraph given in your textbook, which I am going to read. Just have a look. Organisms made up of more than one cell are called multicellular organism. What is the meaning of multi? Multi means many. Cellular means made of cell. The number of cells being less in smaller organism does not in any way affect the functioning of the organisms. You will be surprised to know that an organism with billions of cells begins life as a single cell, which is the fertilized egg. The fertilized egg cell multiplies and the number of cells increase as the development proceeds. So what is the meaning of that? That is, if you see the plants and animals around us, with our naked eye, we can see that they are made up of many cells. So they are called multicellular organisms. It is estimated that a fully grown human body has about 100 trillion cells. So all these multicellular organisms begins life as a single cell. When they are starting their life is starting from a single cell. And what is that single cell? Which is the fertilized egg. The fertilized egg then multiplies. Multiplies means their number increases by the process of cell division, and the number of cells increase as the organism develops. So however big may be the body of organism, its body is beginning its life from a single cell. What is that single cell? It is the fertilized egg. So in the fertilized egg, by the process of cell division, the number of cells multiplies and increases the number, and the organism is developing. Now we are going to learn the other type, that is unicellular organism. You see the picture which is given here. See, it is first one is the picture of amoeba and second one is paramecium. Both of these are microorganisms. Their body is made up of single cell only. So they are called unicellular organism. Single cell means one cell. Their body is made up of only one cell. That also we cannot see with our naked eye. It can be seen only with the help of microscope. So single cell organisms are called unicellular organisms. So example we can say amoeba and paramecium. So these organisms are made up of a single cell. So they are called unicellular organisms. Uni means one and cellular means of cell. So these unicellular organisms perform all the necessary functions as multicellular organism does. That is, even if their body is having only one cell, they are also doing almost all the functions as the multicellular organism does. See, here is the picture of some more unicellular organism. You can see here the picture of bacteria and yeast, amoeba we already seen, euglena, paramecium, chlamydomonas, etc. These are some more examples of unicellular organism. All these organisms, their body is made up of single cell. Now you can see that more about unicellular organisms. We can see that if you see the amoeba or paramecium, euglena, bacteria, etc., their body is made up of one single cell. Even if it is seen bigger in the picture, their body is very very small. We cannot see with our naked eye. Only we can see them with the help of microscope. So although made up of single cell, they perform all the activities necessary for life. That is, they are growing, they show movement, they digest the food, they gives out waste, and they reproduce. All these activities are carried out by a single cell, just like the multicellular organism does. So that is more. See, this is the last paragraph of that part. A single cell organisms like amoeba captures what it captures food and digests food, respires, excretes, grows, and reproduces. Similar functions in multicellular organisms are carried out by groups of specialized cells forming different tissues. So tissues in turn form organs. So from what we can understand from this, even if these are single celled organism, they capture food, means they take food. In 7th standard you have learned how amoeba is capturing food and digest it, that you have learned with the pictures there. Say, so it captures food or catches food, digests food, and it is doing respiration, it is doing excretion, and it is growing and reproduces. So these are the different activities done in unicellular organisms. But in case of multicellular organisms, these similar functions are carried out by a group of specialized cells formed by different tissues. That is, if you take the case of multicellular organism, there are groups of cells which is called tissue for performing a definite function. Yesterday also I explained the body of multicellular organisms are very complex. For doing different functions, there are different tissues formed by group of specialized cells. So a group of cells which perform a definite function is called a tissue. Like that, many tissues together form organs, and like that many organs together form the body of organization. That is, in the organization of the living world, we can say cell represents the lowest level, that is called a cellular level. Life activities in a multicellular organism are performed by group of specialized cells for forming different tissues which in turn form organs. So what we have learned today, mainly we learned according to the number of cells in the organisms in the earth or in the universe can be classified mainly into two groups, which are the multicellular organisms and unicellular organisms. And what are multicellular organisms? The organisms whose body is made up of more than one cell. They are called multicellular organisms. Examples say human beings, cat, dog, ant, flies, etc. Now what are unicellular organisms? The organisms whose body is made up of a single cell called unicellular organism. If you say examples of unicellular organisms, which are they we learned? Amoeba, paramecium, bacteria, yeast, etc. So with this, we will conclude today's session. You have to read the textbook at least 2 times after watching the video. Then you will understand the concept very clearly. We will meet again the next day. Thank you.